Canada Post Lettermail. This might be the most requested topic that I get on the channel. How do you ship items for $1 to $3 in Canada anywhere for a flat rate without paying the additional money that it would normally cost for a regular parcel? Well, I'm glad you're here for today's video. Real quick, I want to just say, if you're new to the channel, be sure to hit subscribe for more videos like this, as well as leave a like on this video if you find some value in it. And with that said, let's jump right into what Lettermail is, how you can take advantage of it in your business, and how I've managed to use it to ship over 500 packages successfully. Okay, so when you think of Lettermail, this is what most people think of. It's a standard, I don't know what size, but it's a standard letter, or something that you would send, I don't know, a birthday card in, or maybe a little bit of money, whatever that might be. This is a very standard letter. With this kind of letter goes one of these kind of stamps. I believe these are $1.07. They don't say on them, but something around there. It's like $1 or something to ship one of these letters. Now these, I believe, had to be under 30 grams, and they have to fit through the normal letter slot, which is basically that thick. It has to be paper thin. But in my case here, we're talking about shipping actual items through Lettermail, something like, a DVD or a video game. Maybe you're selling small jewelry online, or patches, or cables, or adapters, or things that are under 0.8 of an inch thick. For those of you who are trying to get an idea of how thick that is, a video game plus bubble wrap on both sides of it in a package is about the limit to what you can fit through the slot. This entire shelf behind me here is my wholesale store, which is basically built around products that can fit through the slot that I can send out for less than $2 a piece. So what's that mean for that, guys? We've got a whole bunch of different parcel sizes that you can ship through the slot. Again, as long as they're under that 0.8 of an inch thick, you can send out a whole bunch of things. This would be a standard 9x7 bubble mailer that would ship out video games, DVDs, media in. These are some slightly smaller ones. I might send out earring backings or some smaller cables, adapters in them, just smaller things like that. So how does this all work? I want to address the number one question that I've been getting most recently on my channel, which is when people come on and they say, it says specifically on Canada Post's website that you're not allowed to send anything but paper through the Lettermail, through the slot. They literally have a list of restricted items. We're gonna throw it up on the screen right now, and you can see all the restricted items that are restricted for Lettermail. And they include things like jewelry and media. Here's the catch, guys. Read the bottom sentence. This is when people get a little bit confused. It specifically says that you cannot ship these via standard lettermail. Standard lettermail being what we talked about at the beginning here. This is the, the paper lettermail, paper thin, under 30 grams, not that stuff. But it says for oversized lettermail, the regular slot, that these items are all perfectly fine to be sent through it. So that's all that really means. They're not restricting you from sending these things via lettermail. They're just restricting you from doing it via the smaller type of lettermail, not the oversized type of lettermail. One really quick thing to note is that lettermail does not include any tracking. But with that said, I find it to be a super reliable service, and most of the time I never have any issues with it, as well as I find the shipping times pretty good on it. So now that's cleared up, you know that you can send all sorts of different things through the slot. So let's move forward to another one of the most common questions I get, which is how do you do that? Well, if you go up to the Canada Post desk and you just have your, Lettermail thing in hand, whatever it might be, they are going to run it through a little template that they have to make sure that it fits. Once they do that and they confirm that the item fits through the slot, then they're going to weigh it, and based on the weight of the parcel, you're going to get charged a different rate. Lettermail exists for things going in Canada, for things going to the United States, and for things going internationally. I actually asked for a sheet based on the Lettermail pricing that you can actually ask them for there, and they will hand you a full sheet with all of the Canada Post pricing, all of the different weights and how much they charge for each of them, all of the US pricing, all the international pricing. It looks like this. It is, just a full comprehensive guide of everything that you need to know. I believe you can get it on their website. I'll leave a link down below if I can find it. But this is going to be your guide, and this thing is absolutely amazing. If it's the 2021 or the 2021 one, it doesn't matter. I don't believe that they changed any of the rates over the year. But just as an example here, within Canada, if you're up to 100 grams, which for some video games, that's me, you're shipping for the $1.94. 100 to 200 grams, $3.19. 200 to 300 grams, $4.44. 3 to 400 is $5, and 4 to 500 is $5.47. And of course, they have different rates for US and international in there as well. So definitely something that you need to have if you want to be sending with Lettermail. Okay, so you got your guide down, you know how much you need to pay. Now you can go up to the counter, they're going to run it through the slot, and they're going to print you a label that actually has that price on it. You're going to pay it to them, and that's as simple as it is. Just say, I want to ship this via oversized lettermail, and they will do it. So that brings us to our next point here, which is what if you want to scale this up? Because there's no way to purchase lettermail labels online. You can't do it through Snapship. I wish there was a way to print those actual labels. That would be amazing. So now what? You have to line up at the store every single time and wait. Let's say you have 20, 30 packages like I have sometimes trying to go through lettermail, and you're sitting in line waiting for them to print every single one of those labels. The first thing that I'll say is one of the things that you can ask them to do, because they don't put the postal code on the actual stickers, you can ask them just to print out 30 stickers for you at the given price. on that date, and then you can just apply those yourself. But that's still not good, because you still have to go to Canada Post and line up and purchase those. Right here is the secret. You can buy 6 pack of stamps from them, and I do this online. I get them shipped to me, so I never even had to go into the Canada Post. And then check this out. So $1.94, we just went over that price. That's the price for under 100 grams within Canada. So that's pretty darn simple. You're sending jewelry or anything over that 30 grams to 100 grams that is an oversized mail. You're just gonna be using these, and exclusively these. You can buy them online, and you don't even have to touch any of the other things I'm about to talk about. But let's say you want to kind of step it up there. You're sending things between 1 and 200 grams. Now you're going to need 2 of these stamps. And what you can do is buy the United States stamps. They don't say United States, they just say Canada on them right there. I know I'm holding it a little bit weird, but we have the $1.94 and the $1.30 stamps. So you combine those two, it gets you over the $3.15 price. Actually, what's it actually? $3.19. The $3.19 price, I think it's just at like $3.25. You pay a little bit more, which sucks. That's why I wish you could print the labels out online. But if you're willing to pay a few cents more, you can just use stamps, put 2 of those guys on it, like one of the $1.30s, one of the $1.94s, and you can send out like that for any sort of video games or DVD media. And so forth. I mean, technically you could just stack stamps as much as you wanted for international items that are going under or between the 1 and 200 grams. I believe that cost, and I'll double check here, yeah, $11.14. So you don't want to be stacking these necessarily for those orders. Those ones I will line up for still and pay the appropriate sticker price. Also, another quick little tip is that some of the letter mail internationally is actually cheaper if you do it via a parcel. For example, internationally, if you're sending something between 1 and 200, $11.14, you can often get a parcel going out cheaper. So yeah, it might be worth lining up for. Anyway, stacking stamps is definitely not what you want to do for international things, but you can stack 2 or 3 stamps as long as you're over the set amount that is set by that guide. The parcel will go, the letter mail will go, and there'll be no problem. All right, so we've talked about what can go into letter mail. We've talked about how you're going to go about paying for letter mail. We've talked about different pricing for different sizes and different weight. How do you drop this stuff off if you don't want to go into the post office? Well, you guys will notice that there's these red boxes with the Canada Post logo all over your city, probably, or wherever you are. They have them all over the place. And technically, because this is letter mail, it's oversized letter mail, but it's still categorized as letter mail. You can drop off your parcels at any of these red boxes without ever having to step foot in a Canada Post location. Now, I'll be honest, I've done both. I've gone to the red boxes and dropped things off before if I just have a few parcels, and it works great. I've never had a problem with it. Personally, I know that the ones around me have a set pickup time. I think every day the truck comes and unloads them. But what I like to do, and this might be ridiculous, but just so I'm 100% confident that my packages are getting there, I know the people that work at the Canada Post near me, I just drop it off with them. I leave it on the counter there and they take care of it. That way I know it goes out with the truck with them and there's never a problem with, I don't know, the red box getting broken into. I've never really heard of this before, so this is just me being a little bit paranoid. But I drop them off at the post office. They know what they're paid for. They know they all fit because I check that all beforehand. And yeah, I drop it off that way, but no reason why you can't go and drop these things off at the red boxes and never step foot in the post office. Oftentimes I'm actually at the post office for other reasons as well, so dropping off, whether it be international parcels or just regular mail parcels. But yeah, I really hope that clears up a lot of the air around shipping things via the oversized slot mail, letter mail, whatever you want to call it. This is again sort of an update to my last couple videos I've made on getting cheaper shipping within Canada. If you haven't seen those yet, I will link them both down below, as well as they'll be somewhere on the screen right now. You can click on them and watch them as well. They have a lot of great tips in terms of saving money with Canada Post. Another thing I'm going to mention real quick before the end of this video, because I've talked about it a lot in the past, is getting the actual Canada Post discount business card, and that this does not apply for letter mail items. So before you go and you try to scan that every single time that you're trying to pay for these at the counter or whatever, unfortunately it doesn't apply. It doesn't give you the discount on any of the letter mail items. I think that pretty much does it though. I would really appreciate hearing any of you guys' comments or questions about this down below. I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability. I've spent so much time trying to figure out letter mail and trying to learn how it works and figure out all the different pricing things and everything. It's taken me a few years, even to the point where I was trying to figure out how to ship things from home without having to purchase them at the actual location. This is sort of all the knowledge that I've learned and developed over the last few years that I really wish I had a video guide telling me about when I started. So hopefully some of you guys can find some value in this and start getting cheaper shipping. You can also read on Canada Post's website all about letter mail. I'll link to it down below. You can go ahead and click on that. Anyway, guys, I think we're going to end today's video here. Again, hopefully you guys found some value in it. Be sure to leave a like on this video if you did, and subscribe to my channel. I make tons of different videos surrounding things like e-commerce and selling things online, as well as a bunch of different Canada Post tips and videos like that. So yeah, be sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new. Again, leave a comment with your questions, concerns, whatever it might be down below. And I will see you guys all in the next video. I gotta go now and actually drop off this whole bin of letter mail stuff.